Okay, in this video we're going to show you the use of the joining jig that we built in part 1. You're going to need about 30 to 50 feet of rope with a little loop in the end so that we can attach it to the screw on the end of the jig. Have it ready to go. And now these are the boards I'm going to join. This is some spruce. It's going to be the soundboard of an acoustic guitar. And it's planed and ready to be joined. Now the two boards will be joined like you see here on the jig. Just make sure that you've got the book match sides together and that you have the right edges that are going to be glued ready to be put together on the jig. Now I'm going to take some wax paper and I want to cut a long piece to go the full length of the jig on the bottom. And then I'm going to cut 4 short pieces to go over, I should say under the arms on the top brace. Then I'm going to glue the wood up with some carpenter's wood glue. And the wax paper will keep the glue from getting on the jig and causing your soundboard to accidentally get glued to the jig, which you don't want to happen. Okay, I'm going to double check the alignment on the 2 pieces of spruce again. Just make sure I've got the right edges that are going to go toward each other. Then I'm just going to apply a small thin coat of glue to the 2 edges. Wipe off any excess here. With thin boards like this, you don't need a whole lot. I'm going to put them on top of the wax paper like you see it. Make sure they're aligned right. Especially with book match boards, get that vertical alignment just right so you've got a mirror image on each side. And now I'm going to place my small strips of wax paper where the arms are going to cross over the top of the soundboard. And then just place the lattice piece on top of the jig. You can see how those little windows are going to give some areas for the glue to squeeze out at. Now we're going to wind the rope in a figure-8 pattern. And make sure you get the loops underneath those nails and they catch on that. You want to do 2 or 3 figure-8 loops around. Just go side to side across the jig, making sure you get underneath those nails. And keep it fairly loose. You don't have to have this tight at all. The wedges will tighten it up. And the purpose of the nails here is to fix the length of those loops. And when you tighten the ropes, that way they'll pull against the nail and put pressure inward, pushing those 2 panels together. At the same time as you're getting that horizontal motion, the wedges will be pushing down on that lattice piece, putting a vertical pressure holding the 2 boards flush. So just continue on here. Put 2 or 3 figure-8s on each one of the arms. Then once you get the last one looped around, just tie the end off to the screw at the other end of the jig. Or I should say on this end of the jig. You should have 1 screw on each end. Okay, now I'm going to take a rubber mallet and the wedge pieces that we cut. And I'm going to slide the wedges into that figure 8, right under the middle where they cross. Then just take the mallet and tap them in and tighten everything up. Then you can see here how the two boards are flush. Make sure you've got everything nice and well aligned and let it dry for 24 hours. Then when you disassemble it, you'll have a very nicely joined soundboard. Both edges are flush, front and back. You see how well they're paired up here. And that's how the jig works.